Okay, that is how you can assign the value to the primitive data type. So again, in JavaScript, as in many other languages, a variable holding a primitive directly contains the primitive value rather than pointer to an object. I don't know if that makes sense. So like when you assign a primitive value to a variable, the value is copied into that variable, and this means that if you set one variable equal to another, each variable gets its own copy of the data. What I'm trying to say is this one. Just list, take a look. I clear the board and I try to write. Let's say I type var. Mm, let's say let's talk about color, and we have one color, one which is we are going to say red. This is a string, and how do I know it's a string? It's because I put this quote. You understand? So and then I type. Let's put everything together. This one, and then press shift and enter, and then we type another var 2. Okay, and then we assign it to what, to car 1. See, so this equal is assignment. It's called assignment. I'm using this keyword to create a variable, and then I assign the value to this variable. So what makes how does the Java engine knows this is string is it depends on what kinds of data type you assign. If you assign a string, then the engine knows this is a string. So so exactly. So when you assign, for example, here when you assign a primitive value to a, well, this is a primitive value to a variable, the value is copied into that variable, and this means that if you set one variable equal to another, each variable gets its own copy of data. You see, for example, here if you say uh, color 1 is equal to red, and they use color 2 equal to color 1, they don't share the memory space. Each one has its own copy of memory. So um, so here color 1 is assigned color 1 is assigned the value of red, and the variable of color 2 is then assigned the value of color 1, which store the red in color 2. Even though the color 1 and color 2 contains the same value, they are completely separate from each other. This is something that you have to really remember or memorize, so that you will never get into trouble. You see, and you can change the value to color 1 without affecting the color 1, because they are completely separate, and also the vice versa. That's because they are two different storage locations, and one of each variable. So and uh, and because each variable contains a primitive value, uses its own storage space, changes to one variable are not reflected on the other variable. So I'm going to, let's say, let me try to console what we have just wrote here. So I'm just say there's console.log, and I'm going to say I'm gonna write color 1, so we see red, and then if I do the same and do um, let's console again color 2, we still see red. Okay, but this red, they are different space in memory but holding the red string. So you don't need to be confused about this. It doesn't mean that it's pointing to the same I mean same spot on the memory. So there are two different spots of memory. So that's why when I change, if I change for example color 1 to, let's say, blue, let's see, it's a string, so we have to put color 1 e is equal to blue or yellow. It's up to you. And then enter. And now we need to I need to prove you that because I changed the color, then we should see color 1 and color 2, they have to be different colors. They shouldn't be same color. If they are the same, it means we are pointing to the same spot on the memory. So let's see, console, this should be console. You see yellow, this color 1 is yellow. And then when you check when we log, we console color 2, and what's the answer we expect? It should be red. So there are two different spots. So